The first factor that impacted Europe's post-war to modern era population changes was immigration. Events throughout the 1950s to present day caused large groups of people to move to regions that benefited them economically or politically. Mainly Polish, along with many other Eastern Europeans, migrated into Germany after its reunion in the 1990s. The new immigrants sought any type of labor, no matter the hours or pay they would receive. Historians called this the wage revolution, in which the economies of receiving countries were boosted, but saw opposition from nationalists. In France, the decolonization of Africa, mainly Algeria, caused the Pied Noir phenomenon, where countless numbers of Algerians migrated to France. This process was named the Browning of Europe, as many positions and areas were filled with non-Europeans. Today, France is one of the highest Muslim populations in all of Western Europe. The fluctuation in birth and death rates in Europe was the second factor in population changes. Scientific improvements and the ease of abortions were primary causes in the fall of birth rates around Europe. The development of the birth control pill in the 1950s became widely available to the public shortly after. A few years later, medical abortion techniques were developed to be easier than surgical abortions that have been around for centuries. These items alone allowed any couple to avoid having too many children or any at all. People were happy about not having kids. The work and money that was necessary in raising a child was a big disincentive for all people. In addition, the idea of continuing a legacy or family name was less important as it was before, due to the extermination of monarchies and the noble class. With the coming of the new millennium, about 14 countries in Europe were in a population deficit. In Western Europe today, Germany leads the charts with a projected 10% total population decrease by 2050. In Eastern Europe, the majority of the countries have a zero or negative population growth. As these countries develop later into the 21st century, they will become more ethnically diverse and open the way to racism and intolerance. Western Europeans felt dominated by the influx of immigrants. From that rose intolerance, racism, and xenophobia seen from previous centuries. Ultranationalist and right-wing parties immensely grew in support during these times. A few examples of these parties are the National Labour Front of the United Kingdom in 1967, the National Democratic Party in Germany in 1964, the National Front in France in 1972, and the Alliance for the Future of Austria in 2005.
Films are being made to graphically glorify Marxism, UNESCO, and one-worldism. And via your TV set, they are being piped into your living room and are poisoning the minds of your children under your very eyes. So, remember, if you patronize a film made by red producers, writers, stars, and studios, you are aiding and abetting communism. Every time you permit threats to come in your living room via your TV set, you are helping Moscow and internationalists destroy America.
In America, another victory for America.